As part of this topic, I'll be covering how to create partition tables as part of Spark Metastore using APIs such as spark.catalog.createTable. Keep in mind that even though we can create tables using this function, we typically don't use this one as part of our projects. Typically, we use spark.sql to create tables or spark.catalog.createTable. However, we can use spark.catalog.createTable also to create tables, but there are few challenges related to partition tables. The reason is there is no proper documentation with respect to this function. Forget about this function with respect to this class called as spark.catalog. If you go to the Java docs related to spark.sql.catalog that comes as part of Scala, you should be able to review all the functions here. You can see that create external table is completely deprecated. If you go to create table, the one which we can use to pass options is nothing but this one. You can see that it takes table name, source, description, and then options. If you click on this, options are not documented. Not only for this function, for most of the functions where options are referred, they are not documented. And hence it is tough for us to get the details related to options that can be passed to control the behavior of create table. We can use the reference of spark.read.csv and use some of the options that are available there to actually pass while saving the data as table using CSV file format. Same is the case with other file formats also. But with respect to partitioning, there is no proper way of referring to the documentation and get the details. If at all, it is supported using options. That being said, there is a workaround for this. We can create a table pointing to a location where data is partitioned into partitioned folders, and then we have to recover partitions. Then we should be able to access the data from that partition table. Let's go to the details so that you understand what I'm talking about here. First of all, we need to keep in mind that directories should be similar to partition tables with the data. We should be able to create partition table in that case. Let's create partition table for orders by order month. First, I am creating a Spark session object by running this piece of code. The object name is nothing but Spark. Then I'm actually setting this property called as spark.sql.shuffle.partitions to 2 so that it doesn't use too many resources for this simple scenario. Let's perform these tasks related to partition tables. We'll be reading data from file into data frame. Then we'll add additional column which will be used to partition the data. Then we'll see how to write the data into the target location on which we are going to create the table. Once we write the data, then we'll create partition table pointing to that location. However, the data might not be queryable because partitions are not by default recognized. We have to use either MSCK repair table using spark.sql, or we can invoke this function called as spark.catalog.recover partitions by passing the table name. It will take care of refreshing the metadata and you should be able to see the partitions. When we use create table to create partition table, we have to recover partitions so that partitions are visible. Otherwise, we'll not be able to access data from partition table. That being said, let's run this to create an object called as username. It will give us the username details which is used to log in here. Then let's run this to create the database by name my current user underscore retail. In this case, it is nothing but itversity underscore retail. You can set to that database by running this. It will take care of attaching this session to that database. You can get the current database details by running this. Now, this is the path where we have orders data using CSV file format. I'm actually creating a variable of type string to point to this location. You can validate by running this to confirm that we have files in that location. There is only one file which is nothing but this one. We'll be using this function called as data underscore format. Let me actually remove from here, add it over here. Now let's drop the table if it already exists. Now this is the location under which I will be copying the data. Then I will be creating the table using this location. Let's validate whether this location is empty or not. I should be able to run this hdfs command to confirm whether this location is empty. You can see that there is no such file or directory, and hence we can move to the next step. If the location is existing, we have to run this command to actually clean up the location. As the location doesn't exist, we can move on. Now let's import this data underscore format function. This will take care of reading the data from the location public retail DB orders into a data frame. The data frame is not assigned to anything. Using the data frame that is returned by this piece of code, we are adding additional column by name order month using this logic. So there will be additional column where the month will be represented using 4-digit year and then 2-digit month. This will also create a data frame with 5 columns: order ID, order date, order customer ID, order status, and then order month. Data frame exposes an attribute called as write. It is nothing but a data frame writer. Data frame writer exposes functions such as partition by to partition the data. So in this case, we are saying use this order month to partition the data and then save to this location in the Parquet file format. This is how you should be able to copy the data into the target location, simulating partitioning behavior. Let's run this. Once data is written into this location, then you should be able to run this to understand how the files are copied into this location. First, I'll be running a command called as hdfs dfs-ls without recursive. We will see what all we have under this folder called as orders_part. You should be able to see the output in a moment. You can see that there is a marker file called as _success, and then there are folders which contain order_month, then equal to, then month in the form of 4-digit year and 2-digit month. These folders are created. Under these folders, the relevant data is copied. You should be able to run this to understand how the data is copied in the form of files. You can see that each of these folders have Parquet files underneath them. You can also validate by running this piece of code. In this case, we are reading data from one partition and then we are trying to preview the data. When you directly access the partition like this, you will be seeing only 4 columns like this. Because the partition column is already specified here, it will not interpret this as partition column once you pass the folder pointing to the partition. However, if you point to only to the base folder under which you have folders related to partitions, then you will be seeing additional column. Let's run this and preview the output. You will be able to see 5 columns: order ID, order date, order customer ID, order status, and then order month. Now you can use this location to create the table. In this case, our file format is Parquet, and hence I am saying source equal to Parquet. Table name is nothing but orders_part. It can be of any name, but I am using this name. Using this piece of code, we should be able to create the table. Once the table is created using this location where we have folders based upon the partitioning logic, you can try previewing the data by running this piece of code. We are just saying spark.read.table, table name.show. You can see that it haven't returned anything. The reason why it haven't returned anything is because the partitions are not recognized automatically. The metadata which is in Metastore and the folder structure are not in sync. You can also validate the partition level metadata by running this SQL command using spark.sql. It will return a data frame. You can use show to preview the output. You can see that there are no partitions recognized because the partition level metadata is not updated in the Metastore tables yet. You can run this piece of code, or you can also run query called as msck repair table using spark.sql to refresh metadata in the Metastore, matching our folder structure under the table location. Now if you run this and then run this, you should be able to see the partitions related to this table. Now the partitions are recognized. As the partitions are recognized, now we should be able to run this piece of code to preview the data. You can either process the data using SQL style approach or data frame APIs, whatever is convenient to you. In this case, I'm just running a query using SQL style on top of orders_part, which is created using create table function. Let me run this and you can see the output. If you want to use data frame style approach, this is how it will look like. You just have to say spark.read.table orders_part and then group by order_month, then count, then show. Let's run this and you should be able to see the output. This is how you should be able to create partition table using spark.catalog.createTable function. However, it is not very commonly used, but sometimes you might have to support the code with that format. Unless and until you are aware of these things, you will not be able to support. Make sure you understand the nuances related to spark.catalog.createTable, its limitations and all by practicing so that you can leverage whatever is convenient to you while implementing as part of your applications when it comes to developing data engineering applications using Spark.